Picture yourself living peacefully in a rural region, living off of your crops and without disturbing the surrounding environment. Then suddenly you are awakened by the knocking and violence of police officers and mining employees to vacate your home. Scary, right? Well, this isn't a hypothetical, it is the true story of Maxima Acun de Chaupe, the woman who never sought to become an activist, but had no choice but to become one. Maxima Acun is a cajamarquina, a woman from Cajamarca, Peru. In 1994, she purchased a plot of land with her husband in the northern highlands known as Tragadero Grande. Acun lived off her land independently with her husband and children, growing potatoes and raising cattle for milk and cheese. Unfortunately, her life took a turn in 2011 when the mining companies Newmont, which is U.S. and specifically Colorado-based, and Buenaventura, Peruvian-based, sought to extend their Yanacocha mine into the land within Acun's home. The new project, called Conga Mine, which was an open-pit mine, aimed at draining 4 nearby lakes to be turned into a waste storage pit, destroying the local ecosystems and further polluting surrounding drinkable water sources. Due to Acun's lands being in the way of the plans of these mining companies, in 2011, representatives from the mine and police officers demanded Acun leave her home. Acun refused to leave, showing them her legal paperwork displaying her full ownership of the land. Nevertheless, mine representatives and police officers used violence to remove her from her home, physically hurting her and her family, leaving Acun and one of her daughters unconscious from being brutally beaten. The mining company pressed squatter charges against Acun, which the provincial court found her guilty of. She was sentenced to 3 years in prison and fined 5,500 soles. With limited resources, Acun reached out to Grufides for legal representation, a Cajamarca NGO that helps represent Cajamarquinos in similar cases. Acun's attorney, Mirtha Vasquez, appealed the verdict to the Supreme Court of Peru. In between trial dates for the appeal, policemen continued to break into her home, her crops were destroyed, and she received death threats and assassination attempts by Yanacocha mine employees. The abuse was becoming so severe that on May 5, 2014, the Inter-American Commission on Human Rights established some cautionary measures for 46 human rights defenders belonging to the farmer community of Cajamarca under the Commission's Article 25. Nonetheless, after Acun's long endurance of this violence, in December of 2014, the court overturned the original verdict by the provincial courts and her prison sentence was overturned and eviction suspended. This was a great win for not only Acun but her community, as this helped stop the building of the Conga mine. Acun's fight inspired resistance across Cajamarca and Peru, leading Acun to become the spokesperson during civic engagements and protests against open-pit mining. Acun is one of the many growing voices in Peru that are protesting the expansion of mines as they are hurting the health of citizens and the health of the environment. Due to her successful fight and continued advocacy, Acun was awarded the 2016 Goldman Prize, the most important award for environmental activists. May her endless grit and dedication be an inspiration to activists throughout the world. Que vivo en las cordilleras.